Hey everybody.
Hey.
Hi. It's Mandy and Nat back here again to have another chat with you. And today we're going to say, let's see how okay we all are right in this very moment. So we're talking about yesterday, we sort of did a bit of a chat about everything that's kind of going on in the world right now and how everyone's kind of, quite panicky and there's a lot of anxiety going around and people kind of freaking out about the uncertainty that's kind of it's in our world for all of us right now.
Mm.
And it sort of brought us to this idea of like, well, if we're coming from the idea that we're all infinite right now, or we are already, it's like seeing how okay we are right now in this very present moment. And we're always okay, always taken care of in the moment. We're always, when we check in with ourselves, like it's the stories that are spinning around in our head that tell us that we're not okay, that give us that uncertainty. But when we do start to tune in to who we truly are and tap into that being present in the moment, then we can say that we're always taken care of at that very second. And in the
Yes.
next moment, in the next moment, it's always the same thing. So,
Yeah. Yeah, I think
yeah,
right now with the chaos that's going on in the world, it's easy to get caught in the stories, and the media and the social media and all that sort of stuff. It's just we seem to be bombarded by it. So
yeah,
it really is, no matter how much spiritual work you've done or consciousness work you've done, we've done almost 2 decades each of of that
yeah,
stuff. I'm still feeling it. Like yesterday, I was still feeling like really I was talking about it in the live yesterday, that feeling of sadness coming up.
yes,
So it's present in all of us right now. It's this real collective consciousness that we're all tapping into, and there is a degree of sadness around and a lot of upheaval going on. And we do largely feel out of control. So the things that we normally feel like we can control in our human world, as
yeah,
our little human selves here, our jobs and our finances and our relationships and all those things suddenly are now being threatened. Maybe not the
yeah,
relationship, but certainly the other things like health and those sort of basic human needs, I guess, that we feel that stabilize us and
yes,
give us our existence here. Now suddenly are under threat and they could be taken away at any moment. And so it's very daunting. And if you're feeling it, then you probably should be feeling it right now.
yeah,
Like that's the gravity of it right now. But it's it's sort of easy to then start projecting into the future, like, oh, okay, in a couple of months' time, may not have a job, and then that leads to my investments go down, and then I can't pay the mortgage or I can't pay the rent, and then what am I going to do there? And then like, I
you
might be
do
out the
it to
street,
kids
and
or whatever.
it just goes on and on and on with the story, which is all
Yeah,
made up in your head at that point because it's not even happened. Um,
yes,
and you're totally in it at that stage. And every part of the problem is our physical body and our minds don't know any different between what's actually happening and what you're creating in your head. And so
yes,
your whole body is reacting to that like it's as if it's there happening. Like
yeah,
and you're under
yeah,
so much stress at that point. There's just no way. Like that is totally, and we talked about this yesterday, totally lowering your immune system by putting
mm,
yourself under such stress as that. So we really do have to be quite mindful of not future projecting fears right now. And that
yeah,
did, I feel that does really bring us back to the present moment. I really feel that a lot of what's going on right now from a universal perspective and a higher perspective is getting everyone to come back to the present moment. That's all we've got right now.
yeah,
The rest of it is just chaos.
yeah,
So we do have to go internal, and that's happening. We're all being forced to quarantine and not talk to anyone, and like
yeah, not travel and not
not
see people.
travel, and yeah, so like all those freedom things that represent freedom to us are all literally being taken away. You can't even go to the shops, can't hardly do anything. In some
Yeah,
countries, you can't even go outside.
yeah,
So it's like when you take that liberty and that freedom away, it's like, what are you left with? You're only left with yourself pretty much, and you have to sit with yourself, and that's really, really hard and really daunting for a lot of people. It's very
people
confronting.
definitely. Yeah,
So
yeah. I
it
think
makes
we're
us
being,
very present.
yeah, I think all of this is showing up for us. I think this is a whole another talk we can kind of do, but the whole idea around everything that this is bringing up in us is showing because it's very individual for each person, their
Mm.
circumstances, of what fears are coming up for you. It's just showing up, I think, where we've kind of put a lot of power into the outside world and outside circumstances and structures and ways of being, and they're all kind of up for review right now.
Yeah.
The whole world is kind of having to look at the way we've done life and the way we thought life was and how secure we thought things were and
Mm.
all those type of things. So now we are kind of being forced to look internally for that sense of our own power now. Like the
Mm.
power it never ever came from outside of us, but we thought that, you know, if we just got all our ducks lined up in a row, then we'd be okay. And all it takes is one, you know,
One duck to fall off the wall.
to kind of, yeah, disrupt the whole, like, look how much this is disrupting everything around the world. So,
And
it's
I
not,
don't think we've seen the half of it yet. Like, this
no,
is in the health side of it right now. We're not even starting to see the financial side of it yet.
yeah, so it's going to impact, you know,
Mm.
how people, you know, communicate with each other, how we interact with each other, you know, physically now. Like, it's going to be very different. Entertainment is kind of being shut down. So all our different things that we could normally go to distract ourselves, if you like from stuff that's kind of going on, it's going to be kind of coming up for a lot of people now. The things that are being triggered within you when you get faced with these certain things over the coming months. We're
Yeah.
all going to kind of go through the same thing, but I think it's a really good opportunity to start learning or practicing more, if you already do it, but how to tune into being completely present in the moment, regardless of the circumstances and the story that's going on around you.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's
Yeah,
what we do.
so Mandy was, we were talking about it yesterday, and Jody came up with the idea that perhaps to take stock right now. So if we are being forced to be present, then the present moment is going to absolutely 100% show us that we're actually okay in this present moment.
Yeah.
So not in a week's time or
Mind
6
wants to
months'
take us into the
time
future.
or even in an hour's time. We're talking right in this very moment, actually sitting and going, you know what, I actually am okay in this very moment. And
Mm.
then the next moment, when you get to that next moment, you'll be okay in that moment. So it really is this step by step, you know, process right now that we're going through. And so we felt that it was like really important. Mandy happens to be very good at doing visualizations and taking people into that infinite space. So we thought it might be really good to do as an exercise right now, just for 5 minutes, to actually take some breaths, come back to the present moment, and actually look at our life and go, you know what, I'm actually okay right now. And this is an exercise that you could do at any time whenever you're feeling really overwhelmed by the storyline and things that are going on. You can come back to this. It's very, very simple, but it will help. It definitely will help. So you okay to do that, man?
Yes. Okay. Yep.
Cool. So we'll probably close our eyes, like you're welcome to close your eyes as well. And yeah, we'll just go into that visualization now for a couple of minutes and some breath work and just relax.
Yeah.
Calm back down, ground again, and take stock.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. There we go. And if you'd like to close your eyes, I think I'll probably close my eyes as well. It's probably
Yeah.
easier to sit here in that space as well. Just take a moment to just settle into where you are sitting right now. And just taking a few really deep, conscious breaths. Just really feeling, you know, the air coming in and filling your lungs up as much as you can. And just holding that breath for a few seconds. And just breathing out and exhaling as much air as you can from your lungs again. And just doing that process over and over. And each time just noticing your breath as much as you can, bringing your attention to the breath. Not worrying about the thoughts that might be swirling around right now or something that's going on outside where you're sitting. Just purely focusing on your breath. And as you breathe in, you imagine yourself expanding, feeling your energy expanding. It extends out beyond your body. And then as you exhale, just breathing out any fears or anxiety or doubts that you may be having right now. Just letting them all go for the moment. You can pick them up again later on if they still serve you. But right now, just bringing your attention to letting that all go, really relaxing your body with each breath. So really feeling yourself sitting where you are, where you find yourself sitting, just feeling the heaviness of your body on the surface that you're sitting on. Just noticing how the chair or the seat or the lounge is supporting you. You don't actually have to do anything, it's holding you up. You can completely let go and just relax into that space. And then with each deep breath as you breathe in, keep expanding your energy out. The space that you take up energetically, see that expanding out further and further beyond your body till it fills up the room that you're sitting in or the space where you find yourself right now. Just really feel your energy taking up all that space. There's no definitions to the edges of your body when you're sitting here with your eyes closed. Just breathing in and out. There's no form other than what our mind is telling us right now. So just start to breathe into that blurry edges of what reality tells us is true and what you're truly sensing right now. Just this unlimited space that you take up. Start to expand that energy out even bigger than the space that you're sitting in right now. So if you're sitting inside a room, imagine it taking up 3 times as much space as that. Just keep expanding out your awareness. You don't have to know how to do this, just by literally imagining this happening is actually enough. It's just that is your awareness of where you are right now. So imagine your energy keep expanding out to fill up your whole town that you live in. And then expanding it out to fill up the whole state or province that you live in. And then your whole country where you find yourself. Just keep expanding out your awareness of how much space you take up. Keep expanding out further till you see the whole world. As if you're above the whole world now, looking at how big your energy is. There is no boundaries. Just keep checking in with your breath if you find your mind wandering. Just bring yourself back to the breath. That's all you need to do in this moment. And just sit in that sense of expansion. If you need to imagine yourself floating above the world, if that helps you. Being in space, that weightless kind of space. Just this sense of how much potential sits in this expansive energy. And then bring this feeling of expansiveness. Now bring it sort of quite literally down into your physical body here in this 3D world. And really start to feel yourself in the world again. So feel the weight of your body on the chair again. Really noticing your breath coming in and out. But keeping this awareness of this really expansive energy that you're feeling. Now you start to look out through your own eyes. You can still do this imagining just with your eyes closed, or you can open them. But just looking out at the world around you, so the location that you're finding yourself sitting in right now, just really tuning into what's happening around you. Can you hear? I can hear the wind blowing quite strongly around me right now. Just paying attention to the elements Maybe there's a slight whirring noise coming from your computer or the fridge. Maybe you can hear children laughing. Maybe there's a TV on in the background. Just starting to notice how present you can be to everything that's happening right now, all at once. Just this energy, this expansive energy, and your awareness of it, you can contain it all at the same time. I'm just noticing sitting here right now, just taking some deep breaths and paying attention to what's happening around you. How in this very moment, you're totally okay. It doesn't matter what's happening in the outside world right now. It doesn't matter what might happen in the next hour. Right now, in this very moment, who you truly are is present here right now. This expansive energy that you're feeling, this energy of your breath that animates your body. This is who you truly are. It's who you always are. It never changes, it never goes away. You're always this moment. And in truth, you can only ever be this moment. There is nothing that exists outside of this moment. So when you feel like the whole world is spinning around you and you're feeling quite chaotic, know that you can always come back to this space. In fact, you never actually leave this space. It's only our mind that tells us that we are something different, that there's things we need to do and take care of. But we can always come back to this space of just focusing on our breath. We have everything we need right now in this very moment. We are taken care of. We are safe. Just come back to your breath again, taking a few more deep breaths. And then when you feel ready, you can start to open your eyes. And just know that you come back to this process anytime you feel that you might be spinning out. Just focus back in on the breath, bringing your attention back to you, away off the stories and the circumstances that are spinning around. And just know that you're totally okay in every single moment. And then just open your eyes when you feel ready.
Oh, yeah.
There's that. Didn't fall asleep.
No, I didn't fall asleep, but I don't think I realized how much I needed that.
Yeah, I definitely have noticed myself the last few days that every now and then I need to take a really deep breath. It's almost like
Yeah.
I can feel myself shallow breathing.
Yeah.
And it's not conscious. It's not that I don't feel really anxious or I'm not super worried about things kind of going on, but it is easy to get drawn into that collective energy that's
Energy.
around right now, and we're all feeling it. That's the thing. It's just so we do have to take extra good care right now, I think, and pay extra attention to bringing ourselves back to the truth of who we truly are and being present in the moment, because that's where our true power lies. It doesn't lie outside of us and all this stuff that's going on, and even things that are happening to us, and maybe we are losing money, maybe we are going to lose a job, or whatever's going to happen, who knows. But the power is never in that anyway. Like if life is going to take that away from us, then it was there to show us something
Going to
anyway.
do that, yeah,
Yeah,
regardless
so,
of the storyline.
yes. So you've always got your breath to come back to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that was really cool. Thank you.
Right.
Well, we might leave it there. And
Yes.
we'll keep doing different exercises and visualizations over the coming days and stuff. I think it's actually really cool. Really,
Yeah.
really
Yeah, I
good.
think it's really helpful to
Mm.
just to remind ourselves that we are infinite. As we say here, at the end of the day, regardless of what's going on outside, we're infinite beings. We're all infinite beings, all part of the one consciousness, just here expressing in human form, but we all have that power to know the truth of who we truly are and operate from that space.
Mm.
And we show up very differently when we start to do that. We start making our own decisions and taking our power back out of everything that's happening around us right now. So, yeah.
Very true. True. All right. Well,
Thanks for joining us.
yeah, thank you. I hope you got something out of that as well. I can go back to the recording again if you want and keep doing it.
Yes. Yeah, you could
If
do.
you start
Fine.
to feel yourself overwhelmed, then you've always got this recording again.
Yeah. Okay.
Very
We'll be
cool.
back
Thanks, man.
soon with some more tips and tricks that we've been thinking up about how we
Yes.
can all kind of navigate through this period right now, this period of uncertainty that's happening for everybody and different things that will be unfolding, I'm sure, over time for each person. So we'll keep tuning in.
Yeah.
We'll keep chatting, having conversations. Yeah.
Definitely. All right. Take
Thanks for joining.
care.
Yeah.
All right. Bye.
Bye.